What do you think?
I'll send them back to you.
What do you think of your group 3 days in? What are you getting from them that you like?
I think we're getting some excitement. I think everybody's hungry to get back out there. You know as well as I do. You put on shoulder pads, and there's not that much difference other than taking the ball to the ground. And but it still allows us to play with some body control, and hopefully we can do that as we learn how to practice as we get older. So towards the end of the seasons, you feel confident about maybe not having all full gear and taking the guy to the ground.
Do you think that does the tempo change? Any?
Well, the offense always sets the tempo. And that's probably one of the things when you're really going live or you're going to some situations that are call it. The offense is always going to set the tempo, and when they're an up-tempo team, it really creates a little bit more tempo defensively. Makes you have to adjust. It makes your guys. A lot of things nowadays that we're very impatient. And so when things are happening fast, almost like these guys are used to that. Everything is instant nowadays. So I think they enjoy the up-tempo practice, the up-tempo offense. A little more excitement.
Like your depth up front?
We'll see. I think we've got some bodies. We've got some really young guys to work with. I think that that's what we'll see here through the next 5 or 6 days to see, if it's true depth or how far they come along.
What about Shazier? How's he doing? He's picked up 25, 30 pounds. Different person than a year ago.
You know what? I'm not saying he's a different person. He's still that same person. He was a leader from the day he came in. He really has that natural ability to do that. He's going to be in a situation where he has to do it a lot more. So we're going to push him to do that. But definitely a guy that, if you try to evaluate how important his football to him, it's up there. And it shows.
Luke, is this year more like last year for you, or more like previous years?
More like previous years, just a different, different feel, different perspective, I guess, as a coach out there. But you can look back. All the years have been exciting. All the years have been fun. Different challenges at different times, but this is definitely an exciting time, and I think you can see it in our guys' eyes as well.
What's the talking to us? I assume a lot.
Yeah, well, that's why I went ahead and went on off. I said, let Tom have them. I'm sure they've seen plenty of me, and they could go ahead and recite what I'm probably going to say.
What has the adjustment been, just to go from head coach to assistant again?
Oh, it's getting back into the things you love to do. And I think that's the thing, where's your focus? And that's no matter what you're doing. You could switch sides of the ball, you could switch positions, and you always got to try and focus yourself back to what you're doing. If you worry about too many things outside of what you have control over, it's very difficult. And, so whatever your job is, that's where your focus is. The ability to stay on task and do that, I think is probably the key. That's maybe what I learned the most.
What's like the way Shazier finished last year? Maybe get you guys excited for what he could do coming, with another full year.
It wasn't just the way he finished. It was what you saw as a young kid, and I think that's what we're trying to see from a lot of other guys. See what guys really have that little it to them, or that desire as a young guy to get out there. They don't slow down, not understanding, not knowing what they're doing, and then you got to put them in positions to do that. But he's a great example. He helps us as coaches realize that, hey, just because they don't know exactly what they're doing, those are the guys that you really got to concentrate on and give them some opportunities.
Does he get points too with you guys, though? The fact the way he went back into the Michigan game, he got dinged up.
That's an expectation on my part.
Yeah. Well, but,
so I expected him to do that.
Yeah.
So you knew going into that. You knew after a few weeks here how important football was, what kind of kid he was, and what kind of a team person he was. And I guess those are the things you always are going to continue to evaluate to see him what he did there. You knew you got a chance to have something special.
Jamal Marcus,
enough depth, but is depth a big concern right now at your position?
You know what? We don't know that we truly have 3 starters yet, let alone to have depth. So that's my biggest concern. Is yes, we got to develop depth, but I'm looking for those 6 guys that you can lay your head on a pillow at night saying, hey, they're going to give you everything they got. Football is that important to them that they're going to figure out a way to be successful. Not saying they're the greatest players yet, or not saying that they're, going to be in the eyes of A.J. Hawk or James Laurinaitis, but they're going to give you every single thing they've got, and they're going to find a way to be successful.
Does that leave the door open for younger guys?
It definitely leaves the door open for young guys, and I think that's what those guys came in and are excited about, and I think that's what creates some excitement. The key is try to keep them motivated, and it also pushes those guys that might have that opportunity in that situation too.
Like Marcus, I think Irvin talked a little bit about him last night.
Who's
young
that?
linebacker?
Jamal Marcus.
Yeah.
There's a guy that when you ask what's very, very important, and what Coach Myers says is a core value, and it's going from point A to point B very, very, very fast. Jamal Marcus does that. And, at times now you have to try to control yourself as you go from point A to point B. But I can assure you that I'd rather teach a guy how to control himself than try to teach him how to go really hard.